Some terrific memories from a season that will never be forgotten in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The defending national champions from Ann Arbor. On set with us now, Max Bredeson, Donovan Edwards, and Makari Paige. Gentlemen, welcome to Big Ten Media Days.
Thank you. Appreciate
Pleasure.
it.
I just am watching your faces and the smiles as you relive some of those moments. You've had a lot of good memories last year and a lot of good memories on this field here celebrating 3 state Big Ten championships.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good memories here.
A lot of good memories here. All right, I got to ask you guys, because I think so many people who play this game, they always dream of doing what you guys did last year, win a national championship. So few actually reach that moment or that opportunity and are able to do it. So, Donovan, for you, I'll start with you. What has life been like the last 6 months? Has it changed at all?
Not at all. I just think that, my whole process has been football-oriented and community-oriented, And ultimately, that's just the Michigan way, and that's how we handle business. We're a player-led team, and we have a tremendous coach, Sherrone, leading us along the way, and we're also very involved in the community. So that's what life has been like for me.
I love that, and I want to talk about some of the stuff that you're doing in the community and about your new head coach in a minute. But Makari, for you, I'll never forget, I saw our colleague Jake Butt on the field in Houston right after, maybe it was 2 hours after you guys won. He was sweating buckets, and he was still in shock. Like, he was so thrilled and happy and excited. And I'm just curious, I know that you guys, that meant a lot to you, each of you, to win that national championship. But for the people and the fans and the former players, have you gotten a sense of what that meant to them?
Yeah, they all express gratitude, towards us. Like, thank you for allowing us to experience this moment. And, I see that a lot of times where people come up to me telling me thank you in the airport or in the mall or somewhere. They say thank you, we appreciate what y'all did this year. So it's been great.
It was amazing. I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan for about 10 years as a kid, and I know that fan base well, and I know how special it was for them to watch you guys do what you did. I love your story, Max, and a lot of people know about your brothers, but I think you forged your own path. And you're former walk-on. You played quarterback in high school. You come to Michigan, and Coach Harbaugh asks you to be a tight end. You say, okay, and also I'll be a fullback. I don't think people really understand what the fullback position is all about. So for those uninitiated, how would you describe your role in this offense?
Something we take pride in the fullback position is violence and versatility, and finding ways to add value to help Michigan win, and whether that be in the backfield, on the line, just finding ways to add value to help Michigan win, help Seven always look good, and it's a fun role.
Can you add to that? Because that's a pretty humble description of what he does. He sacrifices his body on every play.
He'd be a humble, but Brady a dog.
Yeah.
That's as simple as I could put it. I'm over here just listening to him. He's nice spoken voice, but that's not the way he played. Brady mean.
The helmet goes on and a light switch goes. Blake Corum is gone. You're the guy now, and you've waited your turn, and you've been the guy, but this is different. You're stepping into an even bigger leadership role. You've talked a lot about the spiritual awakening you've had, the way that you have kind of looked at your game and your life different over the past few months. So I would love to just give you the opportunity to talk about that and express what's changed.
Yeah, so, for me, the way I look at the running back position, it's an open competition. I don't look at myself as being the number one guy. I look at it as we're competing every single day, who's going to win the job. And I've told my guys, I'm going to out-compete you guys. I'm going to outwork you guys. I'm going to show Tony out for why I deserve to be number one. And with that same process, the guys have, they're coming for the spot, So ultimately, I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for that running back room, because ultimately each one of those guys could be the number one running back, and every single day we're competing to get better, and we're pushing each other, and we're thriving, to help this team win.
So what's the version of Donovan Edwards that we're going to see on the field this year?
I'm going to be more of a humble guy, still be confident, because that's who I am. I'm never going to change that. I'm going to be humble, confident, and also I'm going to motivate my teammates the best that I can. And with the help of these guys and a couple more of our teammates, it's easy, because I'm not one person saying everything. These guys are relaying a message that I have said, Coach Moore has said, our head strength and conditioning coach Justin Tress has said. So it's easy, because I have guys like these guys right here. We got Josiah Stewart, who's been emerging as a tremendous leader. Miles Hinton. Who else is my bad. Will Johnson, Orgy, all the juniors, Mason, KG, C Love have been emerging as leaders, and that's why this team thrives, and that's why we're so talented. That's why we're so good, because we all have a common bond, and that's the brotherhood, and that's winning football games.
See, I love that answer, because you name all those guys, and I think a lot of the narrative around Michigan right now is, yeah, you're the defending national champs. You guys proved everybody wrong last year, and yet there's a lot of new faces and a lot of new pieces. We mentioned Blake Corum gone, J.J. McCarthy gone, and then the list goes on. So, Makari, I'll start with you. I mean, this was the best defense in the country last year. You give up 10.5 points per game. Wink Martindale, your new defensive coordinator, comes in. He's kind of the godfather of the scheme that you've run. But tell me about what we are going to see on that side of the ball and the mentality of this defense.
I can tell you it won't be a drop-off at all. We got a lot of great guys, like some he named, like Mason, KG, Derek Moore. You're going to see a new one, Zeke Berry, McBurrows, everybody for real. We're going to have a great season again on defense. So, yeah, it shouldn't be a drop-off. We got Coach Wink now, a great coordinator, smart, a lot of gems in his brain. So we learn from him and continue to do what we do. Will
there be some different wrinkles? I mean, Sherrone Moore was talking about how everybody's kind of got a different personality.
Yeah, for sure. He got that fire.
Yeah. Well, who else has that fire? Sherrone Moore, your head coach. And obviously this is a guy who's been in the program for a long time. You know him very well. You saw what he was able to do as an interim head coach with all the adversity that you guys went through last year. What is something that you think people are going to learn about Sherrone Moore this season?
I think people will learn just how much he really values Michigan. He loves this place so much. He loves he'll do anything it takes for Michigan to win, and he is selfless. He cares about us so much. He always says it's all about the players, and we really feel that. And when he says things like that, it really helps you just get everything you got for him.
Yeah, Donovan, what about for you? What was it like seeing what he was able to do last year and step into that position when Coach Harbaugh couldn't be there?
I saw it as a glimpse of his career at Michigan. The confidence and the poise that he had. We didn't know that Coach Harbaugh wasn't going to coach the Penn State game, and an hour and 30 before the game, they said, "Hey, Coach Moore, you're going to be the coach," and he took that role on strongly, and nothing has changed since him being an offensive coordinator. He's still the same guy. He's still high energy. He still cares about his players, still loves the coaches. He's challenging everybody as he did as an offensive coordinator. So nothing has changed, and I'm excited for the rest of his career at Michigan.
Yeah, it feels like obviously some new players and new pieces, but the approach and the culture remains the same that it's been. I think about last year, you guys overcame that adversity. You rode this sort of Michigan versus everybody mentality to a 15-0 record. So how do you keep that chip, that edge? Because you did prove everybody wrong, and now you're coming back as a defending national champs with a bullseye on your back. So is the Michigan versus everybody, does that work in year 2 after winning an Natty?
Yeah, it still works. That's a new season, new goals, new teams in the conference. So we got a new season to play, and past is the past. So we all looking forward to one game at a time, but winning every game, taking every day at a time.
Well, and we'll bring up the schedule in a minute because you guys got some awesome games coming up. But Donovan, you have been outspoken about your advocacy for mental health. I know you mentioned some of the work you're doing in the community, your camps. So, yeah, give us. That's right. He deserves those pats on the back. Amen. If my arms were long enough, I'd be giving you it too. But how did you? I mean, there is so much that is required to play football and be a full-time student at a place like the University of Michigan. So how do you make time for it, and what is important to you?
Yeah. So last year it was kind of like a struggle for me, and I've had an emotional roller coaster all of last year. But I had like Freddie J, Mike Hart, Coach Moore, Jared Wangler. Shout out to my boy Jared. Those guys really helped me out in my process of just my emotional roller coaster. So I'd be doing a disservice if I wasn't being vulnerable to the world and just saying I did it this way and I just stay strong. No, it was sometimes where I cry. It was sometimes I came into the meeting room mad, and that's perfectly fine. But the thing that I could say is I didn't allow that to affect the team. I didn't allow that to affect my running back room, even though my guys knew he's not okay. I can't the person my emotions are going to show. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm sad, I can't hide it. I'm bad at that. So, people have helped me. So, I'll be doing a disservice to the world. And to younger generations and even older generations than me. That we all struggle, but it's not okay just to feel sorry for yourself. You have to overcome it, because I'm a believer that the struggle that you have is just a test of your character. So.
I appreciate that so much because I think so many people, even the ones at the very top, everybody's going through stuff. And when you keep it inside, I think there are some young people who look up to you who, you know, you're having a big impact on them and sharing your story. So I appreciate that very much and being vulnerable. I want to ask you guys about your schedule because you got a big time slate of games. You host Texas week 2, and I know it's about game 1 and week 1 and all the rest, and you're going to give it. But talk to me about what that opportunity means.
Yeah, we love the opportunity. We love the big stage. It's big brands of college football going at it, and but what makes this program so special is that we focus on what we have today, tomorrow. Like, we got lift tomorrow. We just can't wait to get back and do that. But in the end, like, we take advantage of every opportunity we have, and grateful that we have so many.
And you're going to have a lot of opportunities when you look at this. I mean, you open conference play at home against USC October 5th. You go to Seattle for a rematch of the national championship, and then the game that everyone has circled in November, which is when the Oregon Ducks come to the Big House. So give me one thing that you were most excited to see before we let you guys go with this Michigan football team this year.
Excited to see a lot of new big names get to go prove themselves right and show the world what they've been working for.
Love it.
I agree. I 100% agree with Brady. I'm excited for the new leadership of emergence and, you know, guys having that self-drive and, you know, being relied on when their number wasn't called last year and seeing how they would take it this year. Shout out to Coach Moore, though, too. He's right there. So that's my man right there. Yep, we see him. Yep, that's right. Yep.
I'm excited, you know, to go out there and just have fun with my guys, compete, and win games, and everything they said too as well. New guys to emerge, and shout out Coach Moore.
Yep.
Shout out
Coach Moore. Coach Moore.
He's a player's coach.
Sure
you
is.
guys are players that care about your coach. I love that.
Look at it.
And by the way, I did say it before on the air, but I should say it on the air. The best combination of suits that we've had on the set in 3 days. So looking good, gentlemen.
Stay in Liberty.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Looking forward to be on your campus for camp next month.
I appreciate it.
You.
All right, the Michigan
Blue.
Wolverines.
Go Blue.